So the next game we're gonna be talking about is Doom fucking Eternal. This one I would rank as number 4. And yeah, man, Doom Eternal is some like good shit, man. Doom Eternal on Ultra Violence is a fun ass fucking experience, just like the old game, Doom 2016. Except, you know, in Doom Eternal, you get a lot more shit to play around with. You get a dash. Says so right here. Yeah, but yeah, Doom Eternal is number 4. You know, there's nothing more to Doom Eternal's story other than just, you know, Beefcake McBeeferton, the Doom Slayer, still on his quest to rip and tear. To rip and tear demons, because the demons invaded our world after what happened in Doom in Doom 2016. So that's there. The demons have invaded, and then there's this like whole fucking chuck ton of background lore that's in Doom Eternal. You find out that like the Doom Slayer is part of an ancient group of demon slayers, or like demon guardians. Is it demon guardians? I think it's like demon slayers. The Sentinels. And the Sentinels are like ancient bred warriors made by, you know, the Khan makers, which are space demons. Space fucking demons. Oh my god, you ever heard that? You ever talk to somebody in like in a bar or some shit and they talk about space demons? I'm like, all right, keep going. I'm not drinking alcohol, but keep going. Yeah, Doom is pretty much, you know, similar. It's pretty much the same thing as Doom 2016. It's a FPS style action game. It's an action game with FPS style elements to it. You run across different stages, go to different maps. You slay demons of the unholiest of kind. Cause that's what Slayer Man knows how to do. He's rip and tear. It's just like fucking what was that? The Goblin anime, the Goblin Slayer anime. All the Slayer knows is to slay goblins. But the combat is fun. They pretty much beefed the Slayer up to be like an OP predator, you know, like the Predator, the fucking dreadlock son of a bitch from outer space that hunts down dickheads. And he's got a flamethrower, he's got an ice bomb, he's got grenades. Your weapons do crazier shit than they do before. There's a lot of, you know, sound effects, cute sound effects that make fans really happy. All the weapons are back, plus more. You have extra lives, you have challenges. It's a pretty fun FPS style action game, and it just keeps on getting better with the DLC. And the DLC is well, the DLC can be pretty much ham. I think the DLC is what broke me, Chad. The DLC is nothing to be trifled with, and that was just me coming off from Doom Eternal, which I played I don't know how long ago that was. I think it was like I think that was like 1 year ago. That was like 1 year ago, or maybe almost to two, and oh right, full screen. And the hype just never stops. You just like rip and tear. Enemies have weak points that you can do. You know, even in like ultra violence, things fucking hurt. This is not something in like nightmare difficulty. I know a fellow streamer and friend of mine, streams Doom Eternal. I think Pop Zulo. If Pop Zulo is here, he would tell you the difference of Nightmare difficulty compared to Ultraviolence. And Ultraviolence is like standard European it's like the standard European normal. Which is pretty good. I expect nothing less from like my playthrough of Doom Eternal. I'm not gonna go do it with Baby unless it's like the DLC. Unless it's the DLC. And yeah, just like looking at this game again just reminds me how hype as shit Doom Eternal can be. Just like maneuvering around the map, figuring out what you gotta deal with. Things are out there to hurt you, and things fucking hurt. Plays different than, like, you know, an action game like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, where you just like, oh, I go in and you just go nuts. I just like zoop zoop zop zop. Which time, whack buttons, you know, all that shit. You have to be clever, you have to be concise, you have to always watch out for your ammo and health, otherwise you'll keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's like a learning experience of an action game, which I love. Which I fucking love, dude. Oh my god. There goes that. And the DLC, the year 1 DLC just amps it up even more. It just like rips and tears even more. How hyped do you want to make this game? Well, let's dial that to like 50. Let's dial that to like 50. Let's add in, you know, more Marauders. Let's add in 2 Marauders in one room. Let's do all this shit to make the player really feel like they're Doom Eternal. Don't care if they're crying. Don't care if they're, you know, pouty. Just make them suffer and learn from it. Well, not really suffering. My bad devs. My bad devs software. You guys really outshined yourselves. But yeah, fighting enemies are cool. Fighting bosses are really cool, except for the last boss. Chat. I have pretty much unhinged gripes with the last boss in this game. Because it's pretty much a fucking chore, and I think the DLC, Doom Eternal Year 1 DLC, just kind of hams that up unnecessarily. And like the final boss, you know, Icon of Sin, the whole gimmick around the final boss is that you have to hit all of his armor points, and that's like phase 1. Then phase 2, you have to hit all the fleshy points again. So you gotta watch out for ammo, watch out for all this like dank shit, and be careful to not die. Otherwise, you'll do that shit over again. But the game is, you know, kind enough to put you in at like a checkpoint phase, so that's not a problem. It's just the boss was fine. It's just the hordes of enemies that were like mixed in with this shit that was the problem. Why you gotta add Demonos? Why you gotta add Maximus Demons in like this type of boss fight where I could just be fine battling the boss by itself? I gotta worry about every single demon in this goddamn map. And to be fair, it's like that in the other boss battles prior to the final boss here. The Doom Hunter is one of them. The Gladiator, when you get back to Sentinel Prime, is also that type of instance. But goddamn, man, they just like amped this shit up to like 11. But, you know, feel like it should have been unnecessary. The fucking cube thing is what really got me, man. The fucking cubes, oh my god. Oh my sweet lord, man. You cannot tell me that the cube boss, if you did that boss no run, I'm like, you're fucking insane. You must be a good type of insane to like live through all that shit on ultra-violence difficulty. I was doing it, you know, the poor man's way by doing like turret shit. must be some other like exploits that you can do to get that shit down faster and not be stunned or limited mobility, which is what I was feeling throughout most of the time in the cube boss. But anyway, Doom Eternal's a great game. Fantastic. It suffered a lot of crunch time though, cause everybody was anticipated over Doom Eternal. I especially. When's the update? When's the game coming out? You know, all that shit. And we were just like waiting eagerly for Doom to come out and just blow our dicks up. But there were reports like MK11, like Cyberpunk, that like crunch time fucking hurts. They were just like, I may be wrong here, but you know, forcing employees to like finish up a project way ahead of schedule is not very good and productive for the teams. You know, it gets out of game quicker, but at the cost of what? That's the problem. So I would give like Doom like top 4 right now. Can't say anything. Can't say anything else about, you know, anything else about Doom. If you want to play Doom, you can grab it. It's full price though, sadly. If you're playing it on PC, you better have a good laptop, because this game is very high octane. Very high octane. It is no fucking joke. You gotta run like an i9 and like have a beefy CPU to run this shit. Just like Monster Hunter World, just like all the other AAA budget games like Cyberpunk. You gotta invest on a PC if you want to buy this game on PC. But if you want to be a scrub and play it on console, you can definitely do that. It's on consoles, it's on PS4, Xbox, Switch, surprisingly on Switch. I don't know how well that runs. That poor ass fucking system. We're waiting for the Switch Pro, chat. We're waiting, Nintendo. We're waiting. Where's the Switch fucking Pro? Anyway, that's top 4. That is definitely top 4. Now...